organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Starting right now on Daily Iowan TV, shots rang out near an Iowa City apartment complex early this morning, but it isn't the first shooting there this semester.
And finding ways to cope, why one University of Iowa student says medicinal marijuana could help her treat a health condition.
And in sports, baseball impressing again over the weekend.
Stay with us. Daily Iowan TV starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Melissa Dawkins.
And I'm Nick Fisher. Iowa City Police are looking for those involved in a shooting early this morning. Officers responded here to the Pheasant Ridge apartment complex after multiple reports of gunshots and people yelling around 3 a.m. Responding police found people running from the area. Officers say that they found numerous shell casings in the parking lot of the 2600 block of Roberts Road. Police aren't sure if there are any injuries. Just last month, shots rang out at the same apartment complex. A bullet left 18-year-old Denisha Davis paralyzed from the knees down with damage to several organs.
Officials say a warehouse fire Tuesday resulted in roughly $1 million in damages. Iowa City fire officials believe a welder may have started the blaze. They say the welder was working on a steel trailer in one of the units inside. Officers responded around 3 in the afternoon on Tuesday to flames coming out of the building's 11 storage bays on Hines Road. They brought the blaze under control in about 4 hours. There were no reported injuries.
If you happen to be walking on the Penncrest Friday afternoon, you might have heard an unfamiliar sound as you passed McBride Hall. That noise is a bike-powered smoothie machine borrowed from World of Bikes, whipping up banana and mango smoothies on campus. The refreshments were part of a free bike tune-up day sponsored by a number of UI environment groups. Bike tune-ups were provided by Jeff's Bike and Ski.
Winter's over, so we want people to start using their bikes as a means of alternative transportation. So we just provided this free clinic for people to get their chains lubed, their brakes adjusted, so they can start biking again now that the weather's nice.
In addition to enjoying the beautiful spring weather, organizers touted biking as an easy way for students to save money on transportation while getting a great workout and protecting the environment.
Top political scientists, activists, lawmakers, historians, and people who just wanted to learn a little bit more all filed into the old Capitol Museum Senate chambers on Friday. They were all there for a day-long symposium about women in politics. Speakers addressed why women do or do not run for office and discussed potential policy steps for the future. The UI curator for the Iowa Women's Archives hopes the conversation about women in politics doesn't end here.
Women have been active in various ways in politics long before they got the vote in 1920 and long afterwards, even from outside the political arena. But it really does make a difference to have more women's voices heard and women voting on things.
The event is part of the Public Policy Center's 25th anniversary year. It's the third of 5 events, all in April, exploring policy on a number of different topics.
Lights, cameras, and lots of fashion. A number of different UI groups showed off their best attire at the Iowa Memorial Union Saturday night. It's all for Walk It Out Around the World. This year marks the 5th annual Multicultural Fashion Show. You're looking at a few photos by KRUI. Organizers say they were very happy with the turnout this year.
A new electronic cigarette shop and lounge just opened in Iowa City a few weeks ago.
The opening comes as lawmakers in Iowa are still determining how these devices will be regulated. Tiara Simpson has today's Medical Minute.
There's still a lot scientists just don't know about e-cigarettes. Proponents say the device can actually help wean smokers off tobacco, but experts say e-cigarettes may not be any safer. Daily Iowan TV's Greta Miley has the story.
Lawmakers and manufacturers have been at odds recently in regards to a new smoking alternative on the market, electronic cigarettes. But are these personal vaporizers really a safer alternative to smoking?
People will smoke an e-cigarette, or vape as the terminology is for inhaling the vapor, And if you measure their lung function after they do that, it changes, it goes down, similar to what would happen if you're smoking a cigarette.
Gross said these unregulated devices, composed of water, a vaporizing agent, a flavoring agent, and often concentrations of nicotine, are the subject of concern due to lack of evidence.
So the nicotine in electronic cigarettes, those that contain nicotine, is extracted from tobacco leaves. So it's not artificially synthesized. So the things you inhale through an electronic cigarette are made by cigarette companies.
I tried out a nicotine-free e-cigarette at a new Iowa City store specializing in personal vaporizers, called Black and Gold Vapors. Store manager Rebecca Hazlett described the ways e-cigarettes allow you to regulate your nicotine intake.
And I mean, from people that we've had come in, like one of our friends who's come in and kind of doubted it, but we convinced him to try it. He's not smoking cigarettes anymore, and it took him a day.
But while Hazlett has seen the device stop addictions, Gross said the long-term health effects of e-cigarettes are still in the process of being determined. Greta Miley, Daily Iowan TV.
The Food and Drug Administration is expected to begin laying a framework for regulating e-cigarettes soon. Back to you two at the desk.
Thanks, Tiara. When we come back, looking for legislation, one UI student's ongoing battle against a medical condition and what she wants from state lawmakers.
First, though, was an absolutely beautiful Easter Sunday. Hannah Thompson has today's weather. We were even up in the 80s, right, today, Hannah?
Yes, Melissa, it was around 80 all day and absolutely beautiful out there. But as we all know, springtime in the Midwest means extreme weather. Not only can we have a wide variance in temperatures, but we also head right into tornado season. Here in Iowa City, this week will be just the beginning of that possible severe weather. Tomorrow morning, temperatures will be a warm 62 degrees with a 30% chance of rain. Moving to the afternoon, that chance of rain will turn into an 80% chance of thunderstorms with temperatures around 70, and we'll round out the day with an evening high of 70 as well and partly cloudy skies. Looking ahead to the rest of the week, I'm happy to say that the gorgeous temperatures from this weekend will continue right through the week. Tuesday will be much clearer than Monday with a high in the mid-60s. Wednesday and Thursday will be the potentially rainy days of the week, having temperatures ranging from near 60 to 70 degrees with a 100% chance for rain on Thursday. Friday and the early weekend will clear up and cool off as we see temperatures in the low 60s yet again. That's all I have for today's weather forecast. Be sure to keep that umbrella handy as we start to get hit with the wild spring weather of Iowa. Nick and Melissa, back to you.
Thanks, Hannah. Iowa lawmakers announced a 2014 session could end this week.
For one UI student, that means more watching and waiting for legislation she hopes could change her life. Daily Iowan TV's Mary Kate Knorr has a story.
At first glance, Kaylee O'Malley looks like your average college senior. But after getting to know her a little better, you'll find she has a different story from most students.
Crohn's is an inflammation in somewhere along your digestive tract.
Kaylee suffers from Crohn's disease, a chronic digestive disorder that makes her day-to-day life, in one word, difficult.
The kind of treatments that are available currently are ones that are very harsh on the body.
Kaylee comes to the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics every 2 weeks for infusion treatments. Her treatments are similar to those of a cancer patient.
In college life, I mean, that's not easy. You have certain obligations you have to meet, and having a disease that debilitates that is very discouraging, and it's very hard.
For this reason, Kaylee is an advocate for medicinal marijuana.
Being able to be a recipient of medicinal marijuana would allow me to experience a treatment that wasn't so trying on my body.
Kaylee believes that using marijuana to treat her disease would significantly change the impact that Crohn's has on her day-to-day life.
The medical benefits that I would receive from partaking in medicinal marijuana would heavily outweigh the cognitive impairment.
Government officials in Iowa have tried numerous times to pass medical marijuana legislation, but it appears that the state is still months away from a resolution. So in the meantime, Kaylee must make do with what she has. This is Mary Kate Knorr reporting for Daily Iowan.
Kaylee is also very active advocating for others with Crohn's disease, raising money and support for research.
You know, as this debate goes on, we're really seeing more sides and angles and learning a lot more about the story through people like Kaylee.
Absolutely. For now, though, we're going to turn it over to Cody Goodwin for a look at the Iowa Hawkeyes on the diamond and on the court.
Welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. Cody Goodwin bringing you all the headlines and action from over the weekend. And so with that, let's get this thing started. 5 runs down, that's where the Iowa baseball team found themselves after just an inning and a half Saturday afternoon at Dwayne Banks Field against the Golden Gophers of Minnesota. But what's 5 runs anyway? The combination of some timely defense and extra base hits from Jake Jasnich and Taylor Zutenhorst, enough to give the surging Hawks a convincing 11-5 come-from-behind win over their Twin Cities counterpart, which evened the weekend series in the process, giving both coaches and players a whole lot of confidence moving forward.
All the guys battled back, and I just so happened to be the guy in the box when the time came, and luckily the guy left one up, and I was able to put a good swing on it.
Yeah, he hung me a changeup, so he threw me a couple changes early in that bat, and I was early, so I was just kind of waiting for it, and he threw it again and hung it to me, so I hit it out of the park.
Couldn't be prouder of our effort. Score a bunch of runs, 11 runs, off some really good arms, and got to their starter, got him out of the game about where we wanted to, and had some quality at-bats up and down the lineup.
And what do you know, the Hawks at it again this afternoon, taking the rubber match of their 3-game set with the Gophers 7-6. Dan Potempa with the 4 RBI day for the Black and Gold, who improved to 22-15 on the year, 7-8 in Big Ten play. Heller and company back in action this Wednesday at Creighton. Another new coach will be looking for some of the same magic Heller has had in his maiden campaign. Iowa Volleyball's Bon Szymanski takes over a program that has recently lost its way in Big Ten action. So how does the Black and Gold plan on getting back on track? Daily Iowan TV Sports' Rachel Bedell goes inside the program with this Daily Iowan TV exclusive.
Women's volleyball is in full swing of their spring season, which usually means having to adjust to the lack of a senior class, but the Hawkeyes are dealing with a whole lot more.
What's unique about our situation is with the new coaches is that everyone kind of can take the role that they want to have, and everyone's really determined to fit into their role, and I think it just brings a whole new energy and new motivation for every single person on our team.
We have a new coaching staff. Everything's kind of new to us, and we have to adjust to them, and they're bringing in different ideas, and we've gone through a whole season of a different kind of coach's ideas. So the kind of neat thing is that everyone starts new, everyone's learning new things, so everyone's kind of on the same level.
And it's not just an adjustment for the girls.
You're a freshman or a senior, it doesn't really matter, everybody's new. And so we're trying to really capitalize on that sense of newness and make sure that everybody's trying to achieve what they need to achieve every day in practice.
With 2 tournaments down and 1 to go, the Hawkeyes are feeling great about the change.
Everything is new for us every single day right now, which is pretty fun for us as a coaching staff. I think it's hard for the team a lot of times. We're on this constant learning treadmill, and then right along with that is the physical treadmill. We actually have to perform athletically and compete athletically, but we have to do those things mentally too. And so we've been changing so many different things in terms of the skill, the way that we train technique, the systems that we're running, all of that is different.
I mean, our goal is to be great today, so what that means is that everything that we do, we're just striving to be our best at it now, not next time, not later, just to do it now.
It kind of just focuses in on every single day how great we can be. We're trying to get rid of looking out on the season and looking out on other things, just focus in on one day at a time and each day work our best, and that's exactly what it is, great today.
Rach Bedell, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Good stuff there, as always, Rachel. But that's going to do it for us here in the sports studio. Be sure to tune back in Monday as we get you set for another week of Black and Gold athletics. Nick and Melissa, back to you two at the desk.
Thanks, Cody. Here's what's going on in tomorrow's pages of the Daily Iowan. Changes to Icon. Find out how grade text alerts will work and when you can sign up.
And changing their name, UI Conservatives rebrand their annual event. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on your Easter Sunday.
Daily Iowan TV will be right back here tomorrow night. Good night.